Seahawks up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Green Bay Packers. Welcome again, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, the rain is falling now, and it is supposed to continue to fall throughout this game. So how do you think that will impact this contest?
Well, first and foremost, both quarterbacks are going to make sure the officials have those dry footballs coming in each and every play and standing over them sometimes with a towel before the center gets up there to snap it. Second thing is the focus of all the guys who handle the football. Do they wear gloves? Do they take them off? Will they carry the ball high and tight to make sure they have good ball security? That's paramount in a game like this.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Check right.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Set, ready. 40.
Here's Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reed. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jobe. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
Oh, there was plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because They let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
Only muster a yard here to the 38.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Back to throw, Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is, finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Now a 2nd and 10. Darnold from the gun. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle. So important in this league to capitalize on the other team's mistakes. Here they force the turnover on the opening drive, then come right down and score.
And I would add that it's important to capitalize on other teams' mistakes early. That way, you build confidence for yourself and your team. You start playing a little more freely. And you let the other guys know we're prepared to play.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Check right.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
But they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, snapped at the 11. Now a 2nd and 6.
Blue, check. Let's go now. Check, pink.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Ready, ready, ready.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense, because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Now here's Michael Dixon, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Fancy footwork at the 45. The 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
560.
Working out of the gun. Love. Able to find his man, Kraft. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game, because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Check right.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 25. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Level sneak it. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 80 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Now Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Throwing again is Darnold. Gets this complete to Shaheed. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Smith and Jigba with a grab. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's Darnold. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Darnold now to throw. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. To throw is Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. Now, he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Dobbs goes in motion. Throwing. Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. Set, cut. Black 40. Ready.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Set, cut.
Love. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Love from the gun. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it...
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
On the ball. On the ball.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you. The rain, maybe not quite as heavy as it was earlier, but still coming down pretty good as we prepare for the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Faking the give, Darnold. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. Darnold. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well, because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Seattle.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. He completes this to Walker. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain.
10 more yards. Complete to Kenneth Walker. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Packers' 35-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw, Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And this is going to be incomplete. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2.
Ready up.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. This is 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Here's Love. Throw caught by Musgrave. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Jacobs going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
One more time with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Yellow, run.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there, no. It appears they're going to mark him short of the 1st. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on third down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should fourth down be any different?
True.
You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Packers take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet. And back to the 30. It'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
A gain of 6. And a seat.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. That'll be caught by Cup. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
We're going to sign.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
53 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Micah Parsons
Picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Darnold from the gun. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the 50, it's Darnold. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On fourth down, Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Here's Darnold. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. What a big fourth-quarter fumble recovery a moment ago, and now they are set up with a chance to take the lead. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Let's go now.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Ready. 10 black. Hut, hut.
Firing quickly out wide is Love. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now. Love. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. He'll get this with the cup complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Darnold now to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready, ready. Hut.
Now Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft.
On the ball.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. Here's Love. Catch made by Watson on the out route. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Love looking to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reed. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
33-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Got it.
Here comes 2nd down.
Let's go now. Set.
On the option, Love will hang on to it. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Love looking to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
Faster.
The defense circling now. 4th down and 7. Now Love. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Black, 95. Ready.
Love. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
This is 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Gets this complete to Shaheed. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here's first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Darnold. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
Conditions only going to get worse as we get back to football here to start this overtime. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Darnold. Oh, and it's intercepted.
Now he's loose at the 40.
And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're at in the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football and probably third down, kick the field goal, and try and win this game.
Devin Witherspoon takes him down defensively.
And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect the end zone.
Well, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Set, ready, go. 10 black. Ready.
Love now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Brandon, I'd go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's 3rd down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
Smith, red.
Off the option, here's Jacobs. And he is in. They win it here in overtime.
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.